So far, we've talked about static methods and we've talked about variables, but not so much the interactions between them. So in order to talk about that, we're going to talk today about parameters. Now, before I even talk about what a parameter is, let's just look at this class that I have. So in our main, we have a method called sayHi, and sayHi is a pretty simple method. It's going to make a new variable of type string, and it's going to assign it to the value of Riley. It's then going to just say hello to name, which is the name of the variable. So it's going to output hello, Riley. So this is a pretty good program. It's a pretty good method. It's pretty concise. But what if I wanted to say hi to someone else? Say hi to Zora. Well, in order to do that, I would have to make another method to say hi to Zora or something like that. And then I would pretty much have the same code, but instead of saying Riley, I would do Zora. So that means this method is not flexible because that's not an optimal way to do it. Hopefully we can just do it with the same method. Now, an intuition that a lot of people might have then, knowing that we can manipulate variables, they would do something like this, take it out of here, and then put string name equals Riley. Now, this is good thinking, but we have to talk about variable scope here. This isn't going to work because of scope. Scope basically means that when I initialize a variable, it's only going to be good for the curly braces that it is directly encased in. So in this case, it's only going to be here and here. So only main can access the variable name. Similarly, when we had it down here in the method, only this method could access name. So even though sayHi is in the main, it's not going to get access to this. And in order to do this, we need to create something called a parameter. So a parameter is a special kind of variable. It can be of any type, and we put it right in these parentheses right here. So we'll just call this string name. And this parameter here means that every time we call this method, we have to put whatever type we said is going to be in here into the call. So for example, here we have a variable of type string, and we need a variable of type string. So if we put name right here, this name has the value of Riley. So Riley is going to be declared into this variable right here. Now it's important to keep in mind that this name here is different than this name here. This one has no idea that this one even exists, and that's because of the scope. This name is only within here, and this name is only within here. And the reason that we get it into here is through parameters. Now another cool thing we can do is if we have this again, we don't even need a variable. I can just put a standard string in here, and it will still, now it will say hi to Zora. So it will say hello, Zora, instead of that, using this right here. And that's how parameters work. They allow you to be a lot more flexible with